Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're back here in Japan. Rebels are bearing down upon us in a not very nice way. For some reason, these guys are refusing to enter. They still stand by nearby. Also entertain some nobles there using our geisha. But we got rebels here. That'll probably be a bit of a problem shortly. So that's got to be dealt with. These Mito rebels, though probably nothing too big, and over here as well we got some enemies we got to go to war with. Of course that requires to go through the territories of our allies. But still, got to deal with that first, then sort of get Hitachi back in order, and then we can maybe sort of consider shifting some troops over there. But that's going to take a bit of a while there before we can sort of get around to doing that. So again, that'll be a brief period of time. Though again, we are also working on further strengthening the economy here of the Josai. Is anyone I can trade with? Oh, we got the Nagaoka, which we scored a bit of extra trade. I think that's really all we can trade with at the moment. So that should further boost our economy. Now, rebels will most likely sort of try and torch a few things before they go against Hitachi, unless they're feeling really confident. Because in the end, most rebels are just a bunch of vandals looking to cause troubles. Rebel scum. Right, autumn hits, and they set up right outside there. I think that calls for linking up the armies and then hitting them hard over the head. Mix of catchies and some spear levies. A bit there as well. Though their cavalry is a bit worrying. Still, we've got pretty much overwhelming superiority. There's not really much here. Let's just cut them down without much fanfare. The ceremony. Another level there for Daimyo. Back in there, and that should then put them in sort of much better mood. Army size wise 14. And that represents 6, that's 8 overall. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we were to leave these chaps, we could probably sort of head over to sort of gain more glory in the west. But I'd rather have them with me. So best wait a bit here. Night battles might be helpful, plus ambushes. And scouting is also pretty neat, so there we go. Let us send our ninja head here, our shinobi, to do a bit of reconnaissance on what awaits us ahead. Construction reports, we got here the port ready in Shimosa, which should allow us to trade more. Anyone very friendly? No, well, let's Matsu. Oh, they're all the way up there. Huh, interesting. We'll do trade with them, I think. And there we go. Further training. Further expanding here, tenant fields. Copper refinery down the road would be good. And overall might be sort of an indicator for this, what we set up for modern infantry down the road, since I'll be getting a, down the road 15% reduction there to those chaps' cost. I could set up here for more iron to trade away, but also just more economy. And again, I might want to save that up to upgrade the cottage industry, which is overall gives more money, if you will. Then again, there's going to be some happiness issues down there, so I might have to first deal with that. Craft workshop there, for example, always good. And this, of course, also handy. Cheaper structures, upgrading here. I'll probably set up for a Shinsengumi, so I get out some Shinsengumi chaps. Further bring people into line, those filthy peasants. Need to be reminded of who's in charge there half the time before they get any funny ideas. That's the problem with those people. So now they're going to war against those chaps. That probably just cut off my trade with them. Damnable Sendai. There you go, that's been built up. There'll probably be more to come, so I think it will be upgrading here for more repression. Plus it'll further fortify here. Plus we'll soon be able to hire then the line infantry and saber cavalry. Oh dear. Might just have to rush down there. Apparently I needed more. Just repression bits wore off. Alright, we will scrap that one, too expensive. Just pop in some levies. And there. Hopefully they won't go straight for Shimosa, otherwise this could be a bit of a problem. Hopefully they'll go for Musashi. Take it, then I can take it, by the way, after that. Now this could be a bit problematic. To put it mildly. Seeing as that's the brother, I'll just rush him over there in case things go slightly whiffy. I'll just rush down my shinobi there to sort of get a good look at who's inside there. Should be able to do that. Alright, that is largely levies and really pointy hats. Really, seriously pointy hats. Father, I am pleased you have given me such a pointy hat. I feel much honor coming from this very pointy hat. That's really got to be a seriously pointy. Yeah, they're going for Edo. It looks like I've managed to hit sort of the next bit there. Fortunate, but it is inevitable. Because, well, research just happens. Can't really stall in the end. Of course, I can sort of go for the stuff that really doesn't give modernization down the road. Let's go for that one. Happiness is always good. At least that's... Whoa! That is quickly falling apart there. There's some throwing more levies at it.
Very well.
Same there.
Destination reached.
And same here. I'll sneak a few line elements in as well. Still, that is a sizable garrison. It should be able to deal with most rebels anyways. The Edo garrison. Don't know how that looks. Half decent, I guess. But a lot of levies against them. My army's less levies. Though, of course, on the other hand, not quite so much direct firepower. Then if I get close, I'll skewer them completely. Ah yes, the prompt in Shimosa is because now it's grown. Chachi, I don't think anything going. Of course, once this gets up, it should also help a bit there with their issues. And of course, there's also just the whole, we got modernized, which tends to bring in a bit of unhappiness as well. Well, guess we can trade with someone else. In the turn, let's see if Edo stands or falls at the hands of those pointy-hatted bastards. I was about to call them pointy-eared. Not quite the same. Looks like at least one got fashed. They should be pretty weak. Hitachi's risen out again. Peasants. Yeah, that's pretty easy. Gates are open. More specifically, they've been blown to bits. And they're out against trained troops, though somehow still end up losing a lot. But not much to loot, so we won't do that. Plenty to repair, and I basically got the bill for that. Oh, we won't do that. Shift over some line infantry.
Without delay.
Maybe to assist in Musashi.
What is your bidding? Discretion as always, Lord.
Alright. So they're all the way out there. There you go, gambling den up as well. That should also further make it financially viable. Next up, I need tea for Richie Mahjong Paula. This would of course be pretty handy, but right now we lack the money. We need to first deal with these rebel scum. Imperialist uprising. Cheeky bastards. Yeah, I was able to drop some levies.
Gathering supplies.
And some other bits. Let's end the turn here.
Let us speak like sensible men of many things, and so reach some accord here today.
Sure. And they're bastards. You're also a bunch of bastards. You're bastards, in fact. Right, bit of gold there. That should help a bit. Right.
At your command.
Was it up here for an ambush, or at least attempt to? Not sure I want to try and hunt them down. I don't quite know their numbers, so that's a bit dangerous. These chaps, on the other hand, should be
Your orders, my lord.
within the realm of the pretty damn easy. Also very important on that note, no pointy hats, yet they survived. I think we can learn a lesson as to how useful pointy hats are in combat. I could have tried a night battle. That would in fact be pretty good for this kind of army. It would allow me to get much closer in.
Ready for orders.
I should have tried that. Oh well.
You have further orders. As you command.
That one's going to be the expensive to repair, and then let's up the police there at least. Then I can actually focus further on setting up the economy. Then I could set up an inn.
Ready
I like
for
that
orders.
idea actually. I'm not going to bother repairing that right away because I was just going to get, you know, torched by an idiot with a potentially pointy hat. Right, our ninja is now, or shinobi is slightly more shinobish. That could be handy. Oh yeah, this should give us a chance to join up with Hitachi, then I can hit the rebels. that combined. That is excellent. Here we're getting a bit more. There's no rule. I shouldn't have to stand about with an army for long. In fact, I can already get it moving. So I might still want to wait a bit there until some of the elements have been further replenished. Yes, we will be looking at some more matchlock Kachi. Nice and cheap. Could go for the bows. Let's try some of those actually. I think that could be fun. At the same time, no, it's too late anyways, it's soon winter. I was just going to try and push westwards into those chaps causing problems there, but a bit late for that. Look at that, they're just burning things randomly. Hooligans. Hand warmer. Don't really think that. There we go. And there we go as well. Yeah, it should further economic growth there once we sort out these horrible peasants. Again, overall pretty straightforward, a lot of men. I'll be dispatching the line infantry towards the main army. I'll probably use the Bokachi for a secondary army. Oh, well, get ourselves an additional general. So they've been gone while we'll send.
It will be done.
Huh.
Preparing my weapons.
That's about putting out all the bloody fires some idiot started. But my lord, we were trying to liberate the province. How about not torching everything in the first place, you complete sack of idiots? Right, there we go. We can now hire the Shinzengumi. Well, that as well there, I think, so I can hire the even more elite Shinzengumi police unit. Yeah, this province is pretty much safe. We'll leave him there to serve as the nexus of a fresh army at some point. He will also serve as the nexus of another one, I think. In case someone tries something fun, he will have a reserve that he touch as well. You never know with some of those friends. At one point they're friends, next moment they're trying to stab you in the face with a really pointed sword or a hat. Damn them and their hats. Shimoza. Could also go for cannons. Bit of artillery never hurt anyone, unless they're on the receiving end. Nah, inns. Need to further strengthen our economy so we can maintain armies better. Plagueable, he's a handy assassin. Right, we march on Corsica. If those chaps don't do it before us. But then again, their army does look weak and they'll be suffering attrition from the winter.
Enough brave men.
Oh, I find your pointy hats offensive. Had you at least chosen better headgear, I might have been more merciful down the road, but sadly, your choice of headwear is dishonorable, and as thus I have to end it. There is no other way. Financially strong position as well. Can set up for a financial district there. But right now I think I'll go for the Master Dojo. Then get Shogitai. And once I get a bit more going there, I can also get the Shinsengumi police force. But that requires a Shinsengumi headquarters.
At your command.
The Shinsengumi basically being a sort of police force made out of Ronin, I think. Former Ronin. From what little I read up on.
Perhaps.
Not really my forte, but you know, I can read up on bits here and there.
At your command. My sword for you, my lord. Marching now.
Actually, I might have to send him down there to deal with troublemakers once the Weavers get up and going. So it's going to take a bit of while to get the Master Dojo up. Next up I think I'll be trying to upgrade here to a full city.
Yes, my lord. As you wish.
Well, looks like I'm largely surrounded by friends by now. Not that means I'm without options, just means I have to go by sea. Yes, very big and manly there. Let's torch one of their farms, that'll show them. Oh, still too pointy-headed. Drop the hats.
At your side, it will be done. Your orders. On my way.
Guess we gotta move in before the other chaps get ahead of us. Alright, we actually got a lot of money now. Splendid. Splendid even. There you go, further upgrades, so we can get up the Shinsengumi there.
What is your bidding? I will not fail.
Go, sabotaged.
Ready for my spirit hungers for blood. For death and honor. None will escape.
I think I will continue the siege until I can bring up the line elements.
On the move, sir. Gathering supplies.
Getting up is in Shimoza. Go. I think I'll scratch some of the levies. Make room for some slightly nastier chaps. Armor. Less great guns, but they can handle them better. But not that much better. Alright. We are looking rather solid. Got a lot of allies there, so basically if they try to break out, they're going to get shot to bits. No! Again, your hats! Sadly, the game has no way of, you know, conveying that the hats are disagreeable. Just look at that. Just look at it. So absolutely horridly pointy. It's just disgusting. you go. All good, all secure. And I'm pretty much just surrounded by shogunate clans. The rest are sort of, well, rather far removed from me. I'm going to have to take the ship. You want to get anywhere unless one of the clans around me basically decides to turn against me. Well, turn against the shogun. So basically boxed in my friendlies. There you go. Matchlock troops as well to augment the bows. Or we wait for that one to get anywhere. Go build a fortress there. If he touches, you'll become a Josai fortress. Military strong point.
At your side, treading softly.
The saga slightly expanded.
Your orders, sir.
Guess we'll send the ship towards. Actually, let's wait there a bit.
That is impossible, sir.
Once we got the rest going, I can sort of gather up some half-decent troops, ship them on a boat, and then take them to where the fight is next. It does mean some rather quiet turns there. I'd rather expected someone would turn against me. There usually is, I find, sort of in the early game, someone who goes like, haha, I am no longer loyal to this chap, I'm now loyal to the other chaps. Take that, you scallywags. And I'm like, good lord. And now when I'm ready for it, it's like, no one is doing it. So I'm like, good lord. Now what I'm supposed to do? Scoundrels. Can't you, like, just for once do one thing right? You just give me a reason to fight when I'm actually ready for it.
Battle ready, setting sail, sir. Waiting for new calls.
Bit more to go there. Guess I'll expand. Hey, I'll get a Shinsengumi chap there, and then we'll expand Korska to further expand the economic setting there. Set up here financial district. Further finances then Musashi. The Sendai have expanded quite a bit there. If they were to turn, I'd be in a bit of trouble. They probably have a lot of resources. Suit Obama.
On my way, treading softly.
The Kakigawa. They're at war with the Sendai and the Odawara and the Nagoya. So seems like all of these chaps are just falling upon each other. Like wolves, rats, I don't know. Something that falls upon each other very easily. Republicans? I don't know.
My lord, they will obey.
Go. Just mostly expanding here. We can actually upgrade here for further stuff to trade away. That's always a good idea. Well, I'll try and figure out sort of my next move besides just getting some traditional units and stuffing them on a boat. I'm going to war with someone. you go. My lord need only say the word, and the fish will be well fed. Sounds very good. The kind of man more people should aspire to be. Problem solvers. Alrighty. Can't hire them. I need the Shinsenkumi headquarters was like the biggest thing, but they're sort of a traditionalist elite unit with Banzai, reasonable shooting skills and such. Also, pretty good melee skills as opposed to such units. I can also hire the Kishu Ninja and the Shogitai. They're also quite expensive, so the Boki, basically, Bow Cavalry. Also take quite a bit of while to train. These ships more armored, but these are just that much better in melee. Plus they can Banzai. Let's get a few of those just to try. See where that goes. Guess we'll get a few line elements as well there to sort of assist that army. Mix of old and new. This army should be more or less good to go. Might have to leave something behind down the road. So far looks like I have nothing to worry about with my neighbours for now, though of course I'm sure at some point they'll be like, haha, you never saw this coming, did you? And I'll be like, I'm afraid I did, sort of. I was just waiting for when, really. Sorry. We'll send the line elements to the port. So wait. So they can join a ship to the west. Seems like some issues here. Guess I'll upgrade the police station. For some more repression, some more law and order. Keeping those peasants in check. Tactic expanded. Fortress wise, so that also means I should be less dependent on the army to maintain order. Plus slightly bigger garrison. Slightly. Overall, in terms of size, the garrison is sort of hitting a slight size. Mix of levy garrisons and spear levies. Not a lot, but sort of defensible. In particular, to sort of eventually upgrade the towers. Or something. Go. Swords and guns and bows. And then here we would set up the police station to set up for Shinsengumi. Down the road. And the Shinsengumi police force.
At your service. Drop anchor.
Not going up. Oh, they're still at war. In fact, they seem to be at war with everybody but me. Someone clearly isn't liking them. Everybody's very friendly. That's usually when you have to be very worried. So yeah, it ends up with a not really battle-heavy episode. For that, my apologies. I'd sort of expect at least somewhere slightly more balanced fight. I guess you'd just take the one when I could. Guess I got a bit too lazy there. happiness never hurts.
Ready and full speed ahead. Wait, sorry, sir. Boarding.
Go.
Your orders, my lord.
Nice army composition there. Probably could do with a bit of cavalry, but I guess we'll manage without it.
For rest and supply. Our voyage is done.
Here we want it. And in. They're always good. Sort of a small economic boost, but also a bit of happiness. That never hurts. What's up there, Richie, my young paladin? Hitachi, an old mod. A traditionalist stronghold at this point, really, when you think about it. Master Dojos, Richie, my young, both sort of going against modernization, plus the police station, I suppose, a bit. Could upgrade to a municipality down the road, though that one is quite expensive. Though so is the castle, which doesn't really expand on the size of the garrison, really. It's actually not really much of a boost you're getting there compared to the one from the other bits of the fortress. What's the previous one called? Stronghold. I mean, they get a boost in garrison and also sort of big repression boost. Here's sort of, well, less so. So it's not quite much of a endeavour to going beyond that, really, unless you really need it. Another clan destroy. The Sioux.
It is an honor to all hands to stations. We must rest a while.
Tagiyama up there holding out. The Sendai really look like they could be a problem down the roads. Really big set of problems. Another Richie Mahjong Pala there. Honda. Always good to have someone to convert the provinces and the peasants.
All hands on deck.
Deep Sea Iron Mine, Financial District, Police Stations,
A
Magistrates.
small rest, my lord.
There you go. Small economic boost. But I think we'll be stopping here again. My apologies for not so much battle episode there. Had expected there'd be again a sort of slightly more decisive looking opponent, but clearly I underestimated the efficacy of my allies, so that really didn't go that way. But overall we sort of got sort of stable armies, stable economy, and sort of, for now, stable borders, so we can also start to expand. So there'll probably be a lot more battles here with some of our fancy traditionalist units, the shogi type bows, and sort of a mix of modern line infantry as well. They just sort of provide a bit more of a backbone. So thank you all for joining on this episode. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, and of course comment on it. This is Imperial Dane, and we'll be seeing you in another 2 days' time. We'll be making a lot more effort to actually get some battles going here against these silly people, potentially with pointy hats.